Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up.
Hey Crusaders, good morning. Daryl here. So today what we are going to do, in a little bit my buddy Doc Martin's going to come over and assist me, and we are finally going to replace this front fender with the original fender. We're going to put replace the snorkel, put this snorkel on the other fender, get rid of all this damaged area. Now the original fender does have a little damage right here, but I'll try and sort that out, but it doesn't have all the rest of the damage. Excuse me about that. So that's what we're planning on doing today. It's a beautiful day here in Florida. It's probably already 85, if not warmer, at approximately 9:30 in the morning. So we're gonna set up the 10 by 10, get some shade, and then we'll start digging into removing this fender and replacing it with the original fender after we drill some holes in it for the snorkel. So stay tuned, guys. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is I need to go ahead and get my jacks and jack stands, get the front end of here jacked up. I need to go ahead and remove the tire because it's going to make it a lot easier. And then all this inner lining, I need to go ahead and remove that. Once I remove that, I can get, there's only like I think there's one or two, there's I think a bolt and a nut up in the front here, and then just a couple things back underneath. I know there's something underneath. They're all like 10mm nuts or bolts. And then come inside, still dirty from the beach. Come inside, and then I gotta access this right here. This is like a plastic covering that goes all the way down. Once I get that out of the way, there's a I think there's a bolt and a nut, or a nut and a bolt, either way. So I have to do that, and then I can go ahead and get, I'm gonna go ahead and get this undone here from the snorkel holder. I may address this right here. A vine pulled my snorkel, and you can see where it sort of pulled it from the metal, so and it's dented here, so I may try and address that also. That's where we're at, and that's the next thing to do. Alright, so here's where we're at. I got all these push pins that I need to remove, and they're already giving me a pain in the rear end. This one broke. I just ripped this. I'm gonna have to try and fix this so I can keep the splash guard up there. That ripped, so I'm not happy about that. So I don't really care about these. I can replace these, but I don't have a replacement for this, so that's got to be addressed with the plastic welder. Try and get that as good as I can, but I gotta get all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's a bolt. So I got 5 of those. Here's a zip tie. Get all that there. Oh, that doesn't even bolt on. It just sits in there. So let me get those done, and then we'll dig into it. All right, guys. So I went ahead and disconnected these 2 down here. Now I got to work on these. There's 3 of these. They're 13 millimeters, and that's what holds the snorkel on. So that's the next thing. All right, so we got those out. Here's what it looks like. It's a little bit of damage. See all that in there? It's all turned right there. All right, so as I'm working on this, my buddy Doc Martin showed up, and he's gonna get the grill off, get this headlight out. We gotta readjust both headlights today, and then we're going to get in where the mounting bolts are for the ARB bumper and get that adjusted out forward also, because it's sitting a little back. So we'll get that done, and a lot of the adjustment bolts are down in here. And then we've got 10 millimeters here, there, and there. And then I just need to get the 2 screws, or bolts I should say. And so what's gonna happen is, if you notice this right here, and then this one right here, they're just those plastic screws, and they hold this plastic, basically a water shield, in place. And then once we move that out of the way, then I can get to the 2 nuts and bolts I need to get to take that fender off. All right, so we got the last bolt, so we should be able to just pop this off. Whoa.
Literally. You want this? This is going to the scrapyard. There you go.
Yep, so that's the emblem. Yep, the Montero emblem. Alright, so this is what it looks like. This thing is such a pain in the rear end. This little plastic dirt cover thing. Good Lord, that's a pain.
It is.
Here, when I open the door, go ahead and pull that.
Got it.
Alright, so now what we have to do is clean this up a little bit. Good Lord. I'll get some zip ties for those wires, get that cleaned up right there. And then we got to, this was such a pain in the rear end right here. You couldn't really drill perfect. So we're gonna have to loosen up this hose clamp right here, slide that other one in, and get that locked down. So that's where we're at. All right, so here's what we did. We got the adjustment bolts. There's 3. You can see one is right through there, and then there's a couple more, as you can see them. So we pulled this bumper out a little bit because I know it's been pushed in before. So we also, with my automotive body repair kit, straighten this out, and now we're gonna work on getting the fender cut, getting the hole drilled in here, and then mounted onto the car. All right, Doc, what were you saying about the ill effects of the bumper not being right?
So if the bumper gets pushed in too far, changing a headlight or a headlight bulb is a big pain in the butt. But under full articulation, depending on if the tires turn left or right, you'll end up eating up the outer edge of the tread on the tire.
Which I've done, even though I've cut the bumper and everything.
Exactly, yeah. And then up at Windrock, when I hit that tree, it pushed it in the whole way down. Anytime I articulated, it was eating up the side of my tire. So yeah, so the best thing to do is have these bad boys out. And the problem is, when they get put on the truck, there's brackets that go on the frame horns that attach to the bumper. Those guys will just put those brackets on and make sure they're flush, and then put the whole bumper on, not realizing that's the adjustment. So the damn things are all the way in. So if you're running small tires or smaller tires, not a big deal, but we're running 33s, I'm running 34s, you got to have the room. So now we just made all the room.
All right, so we have the template from the Snorkel that we already assembled, and we went ahead and put this on. We got it flush here and we got it flush here. So what we're gonna do is, I got the 4-inch hole saw. This is the Spider Tarantula. Let me tell you something, these guys can freaking go through all kinds of stuff. So we'll get that set up on the drill, and like everybody hates to do, we'll drill a hole in the panel.
Tell them how accurate these are when it comes to the screw holes.
Yeah, so go ahead, tell them.
Okay, so this is a template, and these are an approximate because we used the template to a T, and I still had to re-drill my holes 4 times, or at least one of them. It's ridiculous. So we got a little, once this hole's set, we'll put nail polish on the end of those screws, and we'll position.
So these screws right here.
Yep, position them on to see how accurate they are to this. I think this is, you know, this was an Australian design, but Chinese made. So there's a little bit of loss in, you know, our,
yeah. So what we may do also is, once this hole is done, we may mount this on the truck. That way we can line the Snorkel up with the bracket up there.
Yep.
And then that way the holes can be properly lined up. Yeah, we may need to, I want to address that.
Yeah.
Don't play with it, you're just making it bigger. Those are rivets, so I may have to do some, what do you think, riv nuts? And then riv nut it in there.
Yep.
So
I would.
all right, that is the next step that we're doing. Fun.
We're live. You know, when we
get a
did,
little more power.
okay. So when we did our very first cut, it was traumatizing. Now this will be our 4th or 5th fender, so yeah, not so much. Right, Daryl?
Sorry?
First fender hole drill is traumatizing.
Yep.
The 4th, not so much. Looks like your sound's pretty good stuff. Oh.
There it is.
Gonna be hot.
I used up 2/3 of my battery on that.
Sheesh. All right. There you go.
Whew, I don't like doing that. All right, as you can see, we had a rainstorm, and you notice our canopy is no longer up. Whatever little cell that was, you can see it over that way. We tried to lift the canopy up off the ground, so it looks like we might be good for a little bit. It's still pretty cloudy. So I'm gonna get back into it. I'm gonna try and flatten these out a little bit, and then drill the hole out just a little bit bigger, and then put the riv nut in it, and then we're gonna mount this, and then see if we can get everything lined up. So that's where we're at. All right, let's catch you up to speed. So we adjusted the front bumper, pulled that out. We noticed that there's no O-ring for right here, so once we get this all finally buttoned up, I'm going to go back and silicone around this so it doesn't get all nasty water in there. Plus this is all cracked and brittle and stuff, so I may look at doing a different, like a washer fluid tank relocate. This is the original one. It has this damage right here, but I'm going to try and get it popped out with my repair kit. It's all good. We got it bolted in. Everything's bolted in across the top. We're at the stage now where we have this. I'll get these sort of screwed in. That way we can put the nail polish on the bolts on the back here, and then that'll tell us where we need to drill. So that's our next stage. So yeah, it's coming together, and then we'll get these flags off because now it's the original color again. It's matching. All right, here we go. Got it all in. This is where the power antenna for the standard radio goes. That's why there's a hole there. Got it all in here. Got it right there. The holes we made, all we had to do was go up a couple sizes in the drill bits and it went right in. So we got those all secured. Dave's now hooking up the lights to it. We noticed there was no O-ring on the washer tank, so we went ahead and silicone that.
Yeah. Yep.
So
getting very brittle with age.
Yes.
Alright,
So now we gotta see just how off we are, since there was damage to this fender.
yeah, see, we gotta.
All right, no, you're in right there.
I'm in right here, but these, yours are broken off.
Yeah.
This is way over. So when Cody fixes it, whoever fixes it, like I'm in there, right?
Yeah.
And I'm here, but look at this is like hot dog down the hallway.
Yep.
Could just.
Yeah, so I might work on that myself. And then, but you know what? It looks a lot better than it did.
Oh yeah.
What'd you think?
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially since I'm over here sweating my my sack off, it definitely looks better.
Definitely looks better. Yeah, rain went away. Partly cloudy skies. We put the canopy up, but thankfully there's some clouds right now. So, all right, little progression. So, got everything buttoned up in here with the fender, and here's the splash guard or the fender liner. Got that all in there. Got it zip tied. I fixed it. I had some. I ripped it, so I went ahead and plastic welded it. Got it back into place. Got it screwed in. Everything's screwed in down here. So next thing to do is go ahead and put the tires on, which is right there. And I'll be getting done with this. All right, y'all. So here's the finished product. Like I said, I need to come back and try and fix that. I'll get another magnet to cover that up, or a sticker. I just have to get this stickers off both sides, but check this out, man. Nice and solid again. We did fix this up in here so it's not all damaged from the vine. So very pleased the way it turned out. It is 3:25 in the afternoon. Heat index of 104, or feels like a 104. So hopefully there I am. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget, please like, subscribe, and share. And as always, God bless, and I hope to see each and every one of you on your own adventure. And don't forget about subscribing, because I'm close to the 2,000 subscriber mark, so I can do my giveaway. All right, so make sure you subscribe, make sure you share this, and make sure you comment, good, bad, or indifferent, right? So God bless, and I hope to see each and every one of you on your own adventure. Oh yeah, one more thing. Special thanks to my buddy and partner in crime, Doc Martin. He was very helpful today, and couldn't have done this without him. So thanks again, Doc Martin. You're my best bud, man. Appreciate it.